Hey guys, so I guess you probably know if you are old enough to be in the type of gaming community, you probably know that recently a new game released and it's called Multiverses. It's kind of you think of everything Brawlhalla got big for, it being a 2D platformer fighter. It's the same thing, but I think a lot of people compare Brawlhalla to Smash Bros, but then realize it's not like that. Multiverses is more like Smash, and it's a floaty type game where you have a ton of DC characters, and I'm pretty sure it's mostly Cartoon Network characters. Don't coin me on that, I might be wrong, but that's really what it's gotten big for. And something that's really helped it gain more popularity is its similarities to Brawlhalla, and how people are saying like a kind of versus Brawlhalla versus Multiverses, and that kind of argument between the two has really spiked more popularity for Multiverses. Of course, I like the game. I think it would have got big on its own, but it's helped, and it sparked this idea of Brawlhalla is dying. And it's not just the Multiverses release, it's the fact that player rates have dropped, pros have left to play Multiverses instead of Brawlhalla, and I kind of, since I'm a Brawlhalla YouTuber, I make other stuff, but, it's really for whatever I want. If I want to make a GTA video, I'll do so. But I kind of thought, I'm mainly a Brawlhalla YouTuber, and I thought that I should give my opinion and my say on what's happening in the community right now. And in my opinion, I'll just say that now, Brawlhalla is not dying, but now I'll get into more talking about it. So Multiverses has gotten really big off of the reasons I said, and it's kind of crazy. The game was released like 11 days ago, and it already has its own LAN, I think. Or Evo is what Coslex is calling it, and it's like, it already has its own in real life event, and the game came out 11 days ago. I think that's cool, and it's really, that's good. Because I think the game is fun. I'm not going to be playing it over Brawlhalla, but I think it's fun, and I think it's good for it to grow. But just because something that's been happening in the Brawlhalla community is things aren't getting fixed. Things like, there are bad features that are in the game, there are features that have been requested that aren't in the game yet, and it's just like, it's a question, why aren't these things getting fixed? It's caused pros to leave, and it's mainly because of the fact that Multiverses has these things that we've been wanting fixed in Brawlhalla for a while now. Like, if this game can get these things right in its first few months of release, why can't Brawlhalla get them after listening to community feedback for years? It spikes the question, do they even listen? Which I think honestly was answered great on the Monday dev stream, where they talked about, just went over the Summer Champs stuff, but specifically, like, the thing that was most notable, in the start of the stream, Foda had a little talk down where he talked about the state of the game right now and how people think that devs aren't listening, and it made you kind of feel bad for them, because I don't care what you want to say, devs are people too. Devs aren't the, like, Foda isn't the collective thing that decides what happens to the game. There are many other choices, and it doesn't just come down to him, so never send hate to devs. If you think that, if you dislike Foda because they aren't adding cross progression quick enough, then don't, because Foda isn't the reason, and Foda's just an example. This goes towards any dev. There are so many people in here, and it's not just one person, so please just be respectful towards them, and don't go and call them out, because they're all great people, and they're doing their best to make this game succeed. But he talked about how the devs really are listening, they are people too, and they're really gonna be trying to make things better, to listen even more, look at people's responses, and add what things needed to be added, what are wanted to be added, and just try to make the game, like, really great. And I honestly, they never specifically said this, but it spikes the idea that they might finally be looking more at game design than crossovers, which has been the big thing that it seems they care more about a crossover legend than they do about making the game good, which is an issue. But I really, honestly, my trust in the devs is restored. It wasn't there when we got a stripe of legend that was just for money, because it's Ezio, Assassin's Creed, and they're not adding weapon combos that we needed. But after that stream, Photo's little talk, my trust has been restored, and I think, I'm gonna assume it has in some other people's eyes, because it gave some light that they really do listen, they do care about the state of the game, but things aren't always transparent and easy. But they're gonna try and make it seem like that way more, and I really have hopes for the direction of the game after this new direction the direction that the game's gonna go in after this new, like, care, I guess, this new transparency that the devs might be showing. And it's already showing with their they had this survey, which you scan the QR code, you can do the survey, where it's just, what like, platform do you play on, what do you want to be added in Brawlhalla, stuff like that. And there are a few people on Reddit, it's something about cross progression. It's like, do you want cross progression? And some people actually got emails back from Brawlhalla devs talking about how they know about the cross progression issue, they want it to be added in the game, but it's not that easy with the platform the game's on and software that it's made with, and they're trying to do it, and that it'll take some time, and they're going to be transparent about the process. Which, the fact that they're saying this, the fact that they're confident enough to show us, means I really have hopes for that feature, and really have hopes that they're gonna start really showing transparency, that they care. And I guess that's the first issue, transparency with the devs and people not really thinking the game's going in a good direction. But then we have all the pros leaving for Brawlhalla, or Multiverses. Specifically, we have Kosalix, Boomy, and then Sandstorm quit the game, but he's playing a bit of Multiverses. He didn't quit for Brawlhalla though. And so this is all, they're mainly leaving because of the fact that their passion is gone after how long they've played this game, and the things aren't getting fixed, that they've just lost their passion, and because of it, they're leaving for a game that's getting these things right when Brawlhalla's had the time to get them right. And I understand it fully, but I don't think it means this game's gonna die, because although you've got some of the big people leaving, it doesn't mean that the game's gonna die when you still have a ton of other pros, big Brawlhalla content creators like Egg Soup and Phazon, who are both trying to be really positive about what's happening with the game right now. And I think I'll specifically mention Egg Soup, who he doesn't even play pro anymore because of just issues, but he still has a passion for the game, enjoys playing it, and makes videos about it because he enjoys it and he likes just being in the community, and that's why he still does it. And I think he personally took it a really good approach, because unlike others where they're leaving for Multiverses, what Egg Soup's doing is he just made a little community post, Multiverses looks cool, and then the next one, I'll now be making Multiverses and Brawlhalla content, which I think is the best approach I've seen someone take it, because they're both fun games, let's just appreciate both of them. And that's why I really like his. But it's also another big reason the game's not going to die when you still have all these people that have been supporting the game, making videos about the game, they're still here. Although they might be making some Multiverses videos too. I think that's cool. I want to see that game prosper, and I want to see that game grow, but I want to see Brawlhalla grow too. I want the best direction for this game as possible. And that's why I think it's just I think that the game is doing good right now, but honestly, there's gonna be a change in how the game's going, and the split between Multiverses and Brawlhalla. There's gonna be feuds. Like, people will be talking about, oh, what do you prefer, Brawlhalla or Multiverses? And honestly, you can just respect the opinion of anyone when both games are fun, and I think both games should be played. Neither games are dying, especially not Multiverses. And I think that they're both going in the right direction, which I'd say that is my opinion on it. It's not dying. Just because some pros are leaving, there's still other pros here. The game's really fun right now. It's really good right now. And I believe that it's going in the right direction after that latest stream. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you can be respectful about my opinions of how this game is not going to die. Have fun. Play Multiverses or Brawlhalla, just don't be a scythe main.